Look alive, sunshine. Today we have Thor Ragnarok pictures to talk about. Not a trailer, not really anything, but just some pictures to go off. We got a few pictures, and we got Loki in it, we got Hela, we got Valkyrie, we got Grandmaster, and we have Thor and Bruce Banner. We have like 6 different characters in here. And I wanted to talk about these pictures because it's obviously looking a lot different than what we know from Thor. So I wanted to talk about what you guys think, see what you guys think, just have a conversation to a camera about what these pictures really mean. So I want to talk about it. So this was with an interview with EW. They had a couple the director and a couple actors sit down and talk about the film and try to elaborate on the pictures a bit. And what you obviously see from these pictures are that it looks like a child's playground. It looks like a lot of like weird like colors and like not weird colors, just like vibrant colors, which are weird to the Thor mythology and like what Thor is going for. And from the original Thor Ragnarok logo, I remember when that logo came out, and I was like, okay, we're gonna get like a Dark War like Thor movie, okay, like World War Hulk or Planet Hulk, and with Hulk in it and everything, and it was announced that Hulk was there, and I was like, okay, well this is gonna be a gladiator type movie. But from what this director is saying and the colors in the pictures and just like what's happening here is that it's going to be very fun. Now, the director said, if you get a chance to do a third installment of a movie franchise, you don't want to, give it that disease that the third movie usually gets with the franchise. And he doesn't want to just like repeat it or go too off to where, it just doesn't make sense. So what he's doing is trying to make it his own, and he's trying to make it match Thor, and he really is persistent about knowing that he is doing the right thing and he thinks it's good. So we have faith like that. We know that the director likes what he's doing, and if a director likes what he's doing, that really means that it's probably going to be a cool movie, a good movie, because you always see those directors that love their movies and love the projects. They usually put a lot more effort into them. So he says that this movie is going to push boundaries of what you think that Thor was going to be of. And obviously with Thor's hair gone, this is going to mean a whole new, that's just like a symbol, okay, for like Thor's rebirth, DC rebirth, not DC rebirth, Thor rebirth in this MCU, because he's been in the movies since 2011, and he needs some rebranding. He can't have that hair forever. So we cut off his hair, and now we're making him a lot more fun. Now, where you're seeing these pictures, you're seeing them on Scar. Scar is a planet of a dumpster. If you remember, Nowhere, it was called Nowhere in Guardians of the Galaxy with the Collector. That was his home base, and it was kind of like just like a bunch of like homeless people. That's what Scar is. It's a bunch of lawless people who don't care who you are, don't care your rank or anything. If you end up there, you're basically, there's no laws and everything. That is where the Fight Club, so say, like Gladiator Ring Fight Club, it's basically Fight Club, where Hulk is. Hulk is their #1 prize fighter there, okay? Now, Thor comes in. I'm sick, by the way. If you hear this like nasal stuff, it's like, and if you might just hear random cuts, that's because I cough, like, so, the planet Scar is a really like war-torn like planet in the comics, but here they're making it very vibrant and fun. For trying to fit this space, what I'm thinking is that they're trying to make space like one thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously their best-selling space movie in the MCU, so they're like, well, if Thor is in space and our next movie's gonna have to deal with Guardians and Avengers in space, we're kind of just gonna make this all vibrant colors. So we see a lot of greens and purples and everything, and that is the planet of Scar, the Gladiator Ring, and Hulk is the prize fighter, and Thor ends up there during his battle with Hela or something like that, something along those lines. We don't know the whole plot yet, but something like that. He ends up there. He is like nobody cares who he is. He's just another random guy. He's basically, it's legal to do anything to him because he's on this planet. So he goes up against Hulk, and that is what everybody is thinking. It's 99% sure what's going to happen. So that's what's going to happen with that. And we see Jeff Goldblum as the Grand Master, and he is the brother of the Collector. Just another tie-in to the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not trying, they're doing it very successfully, I have to say. They're they're connecting everything. They're, Thor and Hulk to Infinity War to Guardians. They're done. We're done. We're here. Infinity War. So, one thing I also wanted to touch on really quick was that Bruce Banner is shown in one of these pictures. Not the Hulk, but Bruce Banner looking a lot like Mark Ruffalo in his glasses and his jacket. And he doesn't look really like war-torn or anything. So, like, it seems like they're going to be friends again because they're seen, greeting each other and, like, hugging each other, which is cool. So I'm glad that we're not going to have to deal with another hero versus hero thing, because I think that was kind of played out in 2016. We got enough out of that. Now let's talk about third MCU movies. Iron Man 1, think about it. Think about like what the tone of it was, okay? Iron Man 2, think about that. Think about what the tone of that was. Now think about Iron Man 3. What was the tone of that movie? It was a lot different. It was Tony Stark dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is pretty like weird for the Iron Man, character. You usually see him as, the guy that just likes to do, what's it called? He's very out there, and he likes to do like anything, and he's like very rich and pompous, and him like that. Then Iron Man 3, you get a whole different shift of character. You see him as like a survivor, and you see him as just like somebody coming back from war and dealing with a whole bunch of different stuff. So that has a drastically different change to it now. Captain America, the first Avenger, you see him with his team busting down Nazis, doing cool shit. Captain America, Winter Soldier, you see him doing the same thing with his team. He still has a team, and he's just going against the government and S.H.I.E.L.D. And now in the third one, there's not really that big of a change, but you do see him, turning on his friends, which is pretty different for Captain America. You see him turning on his teammates, and just to follow what's right, which is like, bless up for Steve Rogers because of him doing what's right, because it's just something that needed to be, not a Civil War video, Zane. So I'm just trying to say that like the different things in these are just going to transfer over to Thor's third movie. It's going to be a drastically different Thor movie, which I'm totally down with, because Civil War was good. Oh, I didn't even think about what I was about to say, because Iron Man 3 is hot shit compared to like the rest of the MCU. It was horrible. I walked in that theater so dumb hype. I was so hyped for that movie. The Avengers was like the Avengers was the first movie I ever saw getting me into the superhero genre. And then Iron Man 3 came out. I was so hyped. I was buying everything Iron Man 3. And I went to that theater and I sat down. I was shaking with joy. And I had read up so much on Mandarin and everything, because I had my big ass Marvel encyclopedia. I had this bitch. I bought this because I was so nerdy back then. Well, still am. But I was so nerdy for Marvel back then. I bought that, and I was just like, oh, Mandarin, let's fucking go with the 10 Rings. I know everything. And then it was revealed that he was just a puppet, and it was just that one white guy the whole time. And it was, it tore me up for like 2 weeks after that. Just what a letdown that was. So I didn't like Iron Man 3, but Civil War was a great movie. So it seems like this director knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about, loves what he's doing, which is the most important part. And the pictures don't look like Thor. They don't look like the original logo. So I think that we're going to have to get ready for a trailer, like a Comic-Con. We're going to have to get ready for a new type of Thor, which is totally cool, because like I said, we've had this Thor for 6 years now, so maybe it is time for a change. So that's it for the video. Let me know what you guys thought about these pictures down below. There's not a lot to talk about since it's just pictures, but we're nerds, so we pick apart everything. So let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.